Hello, welcome to Power Play. I'm Rick Budd, your game master, and let me just introduce the cast. We have tonight Sam DeLev as Dr. Caden Dialto. Hello, Sam. And B Zelda as Ulez Gali. Hello, B. And we got Caitlin Bruder as Benny Beckett. And Omar Najam as Vion Vigor.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Super. Definitely super.
So, yeah. First off, I want to say I need to draw attention to the fact that I did not know. Last week on the show was Benny Beckett's birthday. We started the show with that, and I had no idea that this week is Caitlin Bruder's birthday. Or that Sam DeLev's birthday was actually the next day after the show. So happy birthday, Caitlin, and happy birthday, Sam. We love you both.
Thank you.
And I want to throw out special thanks to Jake Kyle and everyone at QueueTimes, and Rich Molina Weber to helping with some rule stuff again. Okay, so your subs and your bits help support QueueTimes, so please sub and do the bit thing, and your donations that go into the tip jar help support this show and these people you see on the screen, and to that end we have some rewards, and here's how the rewards work tonight, basically a lot like they worked last week. So our game has something called determination. It's like hero points. They're real valuable. There's an economy. You've seen something like this in the game. If we hit the $50 tier tonight, then we will give the team a point of community determination. They actually have one banked from last week. They can keep that, and it carries over. The audience can only buy you 10 of these over the course of the whole season, so they're valuable. And we already have a player who's out of determination, so it's like already something that's on the table to be needed. So at $50, a point of community determination that anyone can use in the event of an emergency. If we get to $150, and we did last week, we're super grateful. We have what we call the mysterious benefactor. Chat, you are in game. Our team of heroes has a mysterious benefactor who sends them gifts, and we know that benefactor is actually the chat. No one in the game knows. Don't tell your characters. And last week, the chat, you bought the team a suit of leather armor that adds +1 resistance. They haven't got that delivered yet. They will get that this week. This week, you can buy the team 3 smoke bombs. 3 smoke bombs, you throw them down, they cause explosion of smoke, and what that does in the game mechanical terms is whoever you throw them at gets -2 to any site-based tasks that they might be doing at that point. If somebody's trying to shoot you or target you or something like that, -2 immediately. So $150, mysterious benefactor.
How do we not know about the benefactor?
Instead of Benny Beckett, I should have been Benefactor. Wow. Alter ego.
Benefactor the intern.
Yeah, that's actually right. And if we get to $250, the highest tier that we have the after credits lore drop. Last week's after credits lore drop had an alchemist about 1,000 years ago in the tiny Eastern European country of Ostrovia. It is unclear how it fits into the game at this point. But that's the kind of thing the after credit lore drops does, and we got another cool one tonight, which I would again really love to unlock. So $50 community determination, $150 mysterious benefactor, $250 after credits lore drop, and you can always see those tiers in chat with the command unlocks. Okay, so that's that. And the game we play here is called Icons. It's published by Ad Infinitum Adventures, and it was created by Steve Kenson, the guy who created Mutants and Masterminds. Go check him out on Twitter. He's at S Kenson, and I think they just released some kind of new supplement from Mutants and Masterminds, so check that out. And the book that I use is published by Green Ronin. The book edition that I have. We hacked the system a tiny bit, and if you want to see more about our version of the hack, I talk about it in last week's game, so you should probably just like pause now and go watch that on YouTube. We'll wait, hang on. Okay. And it's like, now that you're back, the game is great with its regular rules too. So definitely check out Icons. There's PDF online if you don't want to get the book. While I have you here, in the real world, every single one of you over a certain age has a real life superpower, and that power is to vote. And you can actually go out there in the world and use your superpower to fight evil right now. This is kind of last scene of Endgame kind of stuff, and we kind of need everyone to show up at the battle for this one. So please, it's not too late to register, and is in some places not too early to vote. So please do that. Otherwise, it's like follow the show at PowerPlay RPG on Twitter and Instagram. And you can find me at rbud913 if you want to hit me up with questions about rules or characters or mythology stuff. It's like, come at me. I take, well, I don't say all comers, but most comers. I don't know. I scare easy. But yeah, so yeah, those are the announcements. And
If you scare easy, how are we friends?
well, no, I don't. No, I love you. You're so yeah, no, that's it. Jake, why don't we go to the opening credits? Hello, man. I love that intro, and I love that song so much. It's just like I just keep it here, like bum bum bum. And like anyway, so yeah, previously on Power Play, private investigator Vion Vigor went to check up on a silent alarm that went off at a storage facility owned by his landlord. There, he found blood and shell casings and tire tracks, but most interestingly, in a dumpster out back, he discovered Ulez Gali, a strange, seemingly alien, something humanoid creature that has no memory and may or may not be some kind of robot. Meanwhile, Benny Beckett, an intern at a BuzzFeed-like media operation called Chatterbox, was spending her birthday doing her boss's job by interviewing Dr. Ken Dialto, a surgeon who had recently saved the life of a famous athlete. When a mysterious patient, who we only know as John Doe, absorbed Caden's secret power to control harmonic resonances and used it to start a minor localized earthquake, Vion Ulez, Benny, and Caden found themselves working together to save a man who had become buried under some rubble. During the action, Vion exhibited an ability to pass through solid objects. Ulez generated some sort of light, and Caden destroyed some falling rocks with a sound wave blast. The four of them eventually managed to track down John Doe's car, which, because of its tinted windows, they couldn't tell he happened to be hiding inside. To cover his escape, John Doe started another earthquake. This one, however, was major. And that is where we pick up immediately. By the time the shaking stops, John Doe is gone, long gone. And you're all just lying on your backs, or you were all knocked off your feet during the shaking. You can hear sirens in the distance already, fire engines and ambulances and police cars kind of springing into action. It's within a couple of seconds, minutes, you can't even tell. There are so many sirens that they start bleeding together, and it's just like this cacophony that echoes up and down the city streets. The earthquake set off car alarms up and down the blocks, and then they're all sounding at once. And the sun is starting to set, and it is pretty obvious that it is going to be a very long night for a lot of people in Port Ruby. So there you are.
Are any of you hurt? Are you injured?
I'm
Running
doing-
systems analysis. Carry on.
I'm doing all right. I check myself over, and I seem to have no injuries.
Coffee Squire?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
My plastic casing is a little scuffed up. It doesn't look as proper.
Anything the matter on your internal diagnostics?
Oh no, we're fully operational. Well, minus the corruption, but it's gone. All that information. Forever.
I'm sorry about that. We'll definitely address that shortly and see if there's anything we can do about that. For right now, I just have a real quick question. So, what exactly, Sam Hill, happened with the gentleman in the vehicle?
I punched him in the face, and then he made an earthquake happen again.
Yeah,
And that's my take on it.
And Benny, I gotta give you a little bit of a high five for that. If someone, if someone comes threatening you, that's a perfectly good reason to defend yourself.
He scared me. It was a knee-jerk reaction.
So he was. Let me get this straight. He was in the vehicle. Was he sitting in the passenger seat, or?
Yes. I
Interesting.
couldn't see him through the tinted windows.
Well, shoot. Should we investigate this vehicle real quick and then see if we can track him down somewhere?
I might let you to that. I'm gonna be needing to go back there. The earthquake. People would have gotten injured.
Yeah, to the hospital where you work.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's a very reasonable reaction. Yeah, we can investigate the car or the vehicle, whoever wants to stick around. And how can we contact you if we find something?
I have a small details paper. Card.
You mean a car? Yeah, okay.
Oh, I actually have those too. You know, those like out of college student, you have to take the professionalism class, so it's probably like a 4-year-old business card.
Oh yeah.
Mine is definitely through the hospital.
Yeah. So it's like not fully out of date, like the information's still correct, but you get 500 of them and you can't bother getting new ones until you've gotten rid of them. So Benny's like, here, I have a couple too, and passes trades one with you.
Okay, great. Wow, these are faded.
Yeah.
Please contact me if you find something or you need me for something else.
Oh. That sounds good. Ulez, you want to check out this car with me?
Will there be plant life?
In the vehicle? Probably not.
Oh. Well, we'll stand outside the car.
Okay, that sounds good. And then afterwards, I can show you some plants. Don't worry about that.
Brilliant. As long as I am accomplishing my prime directive, I feel like I am on task.
Okay, we'll do that. And then if anything comes up, I'll shoot you a buzz, Doc.
Thank you.
And then Benny, I'll just shoot you a text.
Yeah, sounds good. We take a second and everybody exchanges numbers really quick.
Well,
Yeah, I guess I could have done this.
We can't provide you with a number, but we will be found with this individual. Points at Vion.
Yeah. So,
Good to know. We should remain in communication.
We do have a designation if you would prefer that. Our designation is serial number 8539 space 425544.
Yeah. So if you want to jot that down on the back of
I know,
your
I
card.
almost got it. It was like 2 or 3 digits too long. I would have had it.
Benny makes an empty contact with Ulyss's name, and in the notes section, because it's not a phone number, like, and just to have, I guess.
So yeah, you're going back to the hospital, Caden. You're going to search the car, Ulez and Vion, and where are you headed, Benny?
I think Benny's gonna help search the car.
Okay. You head back to the car, Caden. You head back to the hospital, and what I will say is that it doesn't take long until people are rolling in need of help, and you have a very busy night. Again, to just contextualize the earthquake, as you can see at this point, is that like it seems pretty large. It's not like all the buildings in town collapsed kind of large, but like it seems pretty shaken. A lot of the streets have buckled as far as even just around you can see. So Caden, you go to work, and the three of you go back to this car, which we're going to call a 2017 Bard Univan.
That's right.
The 2017 Bard Univan had tinted windows, and so you couldn't see inside. And it now it is just open because John Doe ran away. Well, what do you want to do? Just generally, just like kind of ruffle around, search the car.
Yeah, get in like the glove box and like what's in the back. What can we find? Just scour the car, basically.
Sure. I'm not even going to make you roll for this, essentially, because like all of this is kind of like very surfacey stuff, and you're not under any time constraints. So it's like, the two of you, the three of you go to work on the car, you find some blood in the passenger seat where John Doe was apparently sitting. It looks like he was still bleeding. In the glove compartment, you find a registration for the van. And it is registered to Albert Truance of 177 East 8th Street in Maronsdale, which Vion, you would probably recognize as being in what is called the Grinnell Circle area of, which is just east of Yard Hill, just east of where you are right now. And we'll assume you convey that to the others.
Okay, just for flavor text, Rick, can I ask what's the New York equivalent? Is it like Greenwich or something, or?
Oh, no. What would be the New York equivalent of this? Park Slope or something.
Okay.
But, I don't know. Maybe just like a notch below Park Slope, but it's just someplace a little further from the city. But I don't know. Let's say, somewhere in that wheelhouse.
Okay.
But yeah, not far from where you are now. It is, like I said, it's starting to get dark. I would probably peg it in somewhere in the area of like, let's say 5 p.m. And you can see the city is just getting to twilight. The blue is turning. Our fantastic backgrounds from Caitlin. So you have his name and his address. Now what?
All right. Well, we got the address of the owner of this vehicle. I say we get the dock and we go check this out.
I mean, yeah.
Well, the doc just went back to work. Are you going to? Are you like going just to pull them out right now?
I mean, also we can,
Maybe.
That is up to you. I just wanted to let you know, like, no time has passed since they just walked away. But
so we just like scoured it, and that was like the car is pretty much just like empty.
I guess
like,
we
there.
did go right to the glove compartment.
Yeah.
yeah.
What's up?
Otherwise, there's nothing really of interest in the van.
Okay.
All right, so we got two options here. One is we can risk the night and get some well-needed rest after multiple earthquakes in one day and let the dock, do their thing. Or we can go get the dock and go check it out right now. Or we can go ourselves and just let the dock know we're going.
Ooh.
We have already stated our prime directive. We will defer otherwise.
Okay, that's Ulez's vote.
Okay, cool. I mean, we could call the doctor and see if they want to come with us, and if not, that narrows down our options.
That's a really good point, Benny. Yeah, let's call the doc and put them on speakerphone.
We call the hospital.
Yeah, and you've got them on speakerphone. I'm not going to make you roll for
Yeah,
it.
so the nurse is holding the phone nearby because that's what you do in order to maintain a sterile field while you're working.
Yep.
Um,
Hey, doc.
yes, 10 Blake, please.
So we are kind of figuring out exactly what we want to do next. We found we found the address, and real quick, we hope we're not getting you at a bad time right now.
No, we haven't opened the sternum yet. How can I help you?
Okay, great. So we can either go check out the person who owns this vehicle with you, or we can rest for the evening and just reconvene in the morning and all go together.
How long? Should I make a roll of how long I think the surgery is going to be? Because, if it's going to be, I mean, we're cracking the sternum. It's going to take a hot minute. But, they need dinner, too. They haven't eaten in quite a while. So, is this can I finish this while they eat and then go catch up kind of surgery? We can just let the dice decide. I'm fine.
Yeah, okay, let's let the dice decide.
Cool.
Okay, so that is, we decided surgery roll is your intelligence plus your specialty bonus plus a d6.
Yep.
And I will set the difficulty of this surgery at level 4. Okay.
That was cocked. It was cocked between two good numbers, but it's still cocked. Oh, hey! And it rewarded me for my integrity with giving me let's say 6 plus 1, 7. No, 6 plus 4 plus 1, 11, excuse me.
Oh, 11. Okay. Yeah, no, that's a major success, and you will be able to accomplish this surgery as consistent with your reputation, quickly and efficiently.
It's true. I am not in favor of nonsense. I still don't understand why someone would be. Yeah, the vasculature seems not to be too friable, and I don't see any major bleeders here, so I should be out in 2 hours, says my D4.
Oh, great. Well, we'll just get some food then.
Okay.
Excellent. Replenish yourselves, and I will meet you. Please send to this number a text-based message about the location. A little more. Can we get under the? Thank you.
And on that, you go back to your surgery and you go looking for a place to eat in an earthquake. And we'll say you find a hot dog vendor who is trying to pick up his cart, and the three of you work to assist him getting the cart back up. And as a reward, he makes you all some hot dogs. And by the time you're standing around and eating them, 2 hours have passed. Because it's very heavy, those
Real
carts.
quick question: do I know that it's Benny's birthday? Because I think that was.
Unless you looked her up, I don't know if she.
Yeah,
I don't know if she's particularly a person to. She's complained about having to do other people's work today, but I don't think she's said that it's her birthday.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I mean, you could have looked her up. She's on the lines, but she is not. I don't think she would particularly be someone to be like, "Dang, it's my birthday and there's an earthquake."
No, you enjoy your hot dogs and make probably awkward small talk.
Absolutely.
We can pass over. And you get out of surgery, and then the four of you take the 10-minute walk down to Grinnell Circle, and you arrive at 177 East 8th Street, and there on the registry in front of the building, you do find Albert Truance in apartment 4L.
Speaking of looking people up, on this walk, could I have looked up Albert Truance.
You want to look up what?
Look up Albert Truance, see if he has any social media presence, if he has like a profile on a website somewhere, like where he works or anything like that.
Sure, absolutely.
Maybe he doesn't. Some people don't, but on the off chance.
Yeah, Albert Truance. Tell you what, make a intellectual. And if you have any bonuses now, you probably don't.
I don't know. Probably not.
I don't think that apply to this. Kickboxing, filmmaking, and driving.
No. All right. 6.
You find a Facebook profile in the name of Albert Truance. It has a picture of a guy who just like really really close into the camera. Looks like let's say if I was going to cast him with an actor, let's say he would be Wayne Knight, Newman from Seinfeld. That guy.
Is this the guy is this John Doe? Does it look like him?
No, that is.
That was Ron Perlman.
I don't know people's names. You're gonna tell me actors, and I'm not gonna know who any of them are. I'm gonna have to.
I'm gonna be
stealthily
Googling
Google
them every time myself. It's all good.
Yeah.
Cool. So all right, cool.
That'll be my shorthand for describing you.
Good. No, I love it. It's great. I'm just gonna have to like sneakily Google every time.
Yep, go for it. I could try like printing out little pictures to hold up. But...
Oh, please. That would actually be wonderful.
Well, we'll talk.
It's all good.
So what'd you get? 6?
6.
Yeah, you find just that picture and that's it. Otherwise,
Right.
It's blank and you don't really find anything on him.
All right. Well, I'm just puttering around on her phone during our walk then and finds nothing, and we'll just put her phone away.
And yeah, so what is your plan here? You just knocking on his front door? You ringing his bell? What are you doing?
That's a good question. Do we, as a group, want to come up with a cover or something like that, or we just want to go straight out and just ask?
If he's here, if it's this guy is John Doe, then he already knows who we are and hates us quite a bit, apparently. Are you asking about neighbors?
Well, I don't know if it's John Doe, because John Doe is more of a Ron Perlman kind of guy, and this one looks more like sort of a small bad that you'd find in a Jurassic Park film or something like that.
I'm saying this could be not him. She holds up her phone. She's like, I don't know if this could be another person of the same name.
Maybe we say that we found the car, but we don't reveal anything about the earthquake relationship.
Sure.
Does that make? Maybe that's not.
I'm just saying. I'm not an investigator. I don't know the best way to approach this. Yes.
All right. I have a little bit of a plan, but we're all gonna have to play some pretend. Is everyone okay with that?
I'm still trying to figure out this hot dog.
Oh yeah, sorry, Ulez. How do you ingest energy?
Via other energy?
Do you eat food?
Nope. I'm
okay.
excited to just hold the hot dog, but beyond that, I haven't quite figured out what I should do with it.
Oh, then you're doing a great job.
Okay, thank you. What
That
is my
part
role
was
in
plants
this?
once.
Pardon?
Caden points to the bun and says, that part was plants once.
Oh, this is brilliant. I'm going to throw away the hot dog and keep the bun.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And
That was stalks of wheat.
Taking my visor off. I'm examining the spread. Running scans. It just looks like colors on my visor as it goes up and down. Doesn't look like much to y'all.
What do you look like without your visor?
Oh, good question. So I removed my visor, and as humanoid bipedal folk do, you stick it on the top of your head because that's a great place to hold it. But underneath their colored visor that often show up with lights and various displays of data and information, underneath, Ulez has these giant dark eyes. There aren't a lot of whites to them. everything is just dark. Their flesh itself looks like it is made out of stone. Despite the plastic casing on the outside, they themselves are this rather wonderful shell that holds all the wires inside, and all of their features are a little exaggerated from what you might look like. And just kind of put their visor back down. This is brilliant. I'm examining the cellulose history of this bread. Why would you ever want to eat this?
Because it's good.
Yeah.
My research indicates it's not truly meant for consumption, but I'm content that you are consuming this and remain alive.
Thank you, Ulez. Okay, so my plan, and this might not be good, but my plan is that we say that we are there because we're owed a car and it was not delivered to us.
The car
No.
is nearby the hospital where I work. Curiosity about it seems reasonable.
That's a good point. Why don't we just go with that then?
Knock, knock, knock.
All right, yeah, you go in and you find your way to 4L, and you knock on the front door, and just a minute, and did some rustling around, and then the door opens, and he sticks his head out, and who the hell are you?
Hello, I'm Dr. Caden DeAlto. I work at Serrano Memorial Hospital. A car registered to this address was found outside and appeared abandoned, and so
You found my
were
car!
checking
Oh my
in.
god! And he rushes into the hall and gives you a big hug. He's like, "Oh my god! I thought it was gone forever! Oh, thank
But
God!"
it leans over to Vian and says, "Stolen, I guess."
Well, I mean,
I'm glad we didn't go with my story. I was really off.
I was carjacked.
I'm
Oh
so
my-
sorry to hear. Are you okay?
I mean, yeah, I'm okay. But I was, just driving yesterday, and then some crazy giant guy, this crazy giant guy came running out of, that storage facility, over in Yard Hill, and he smashed my window with the butt of a gun and forced me out of the car, and then he drove off, and and that's it.
I got two quick questions for you, sir.
Eh?
The first question is, this gentleman who stole your vehicle, did he look like the actor who was in the first Hellboy movies?
Hang on. I'm gonna ask you not to, openly refer to them.
Okay.
Yeah, don't.
Because we're in a superhero story itself. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't pretend that when I use the actors for casting comparisons, it's just so you get physical types. They don't actually.
Got it. Would you
Does
say,
he have a squarish jaw?
right? Was he tall with a squarish jaw?
Oh yeah, God, he had like a brick for a head. And hang on a sec. What is? Ulez. Oh no, sorry. Vian, you get the feeling that he is possibly withholding something from you. So you spot a little sweat on his brow, a little shake in his demeanor.
Well, we are so excited to get this vehicle back to you, and we are so sorry this happened. We just have a few follow-up questions. Was there anything in the vehicle that this gentleman might have been going after, or any particular reason that you were specifically targeted?
No, not that I know of.
And was this gentleman a total stranger to you?
I mean, yeah, he was a total stranger to me.
Okay, great.
Hang on, just making your awareness roll.
I love this.
Oh, it's terrifying hearing those dice rolls.
I love it. It means I might discover something.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, to this point, it's like, yeah, you think he's telling the truth about those answers.
Okay. Okay, great. Well, listen, since it's a stolen car situation, and there was some incidents that happened, there's a pretty good chance that the police will have to be involved at some point. Now, we're not them. We're not with any sort of specific authority board. So if there's anything that maybe you're holding back that you wouldn't want to share with somebody, you can absolutely tell us, because between you and me, sir, there is something afoot.
Okay, you're trying to intimidate him. That's a willpower roll.
Yes.
Okay, his willpower.
If
May I
I'm
assist and
yeah, I
also
was
say
gonna say,
something?
like, if we pick up on what Vienna's doing, can we kind of posture a little bit
So like
to
combined,
help?
like a
Well,
combined.
I
task
mean,
kind of thing?
because thereafter, Cadence, he showed up at my hospital and hurt me. I'm trying to make sure there's not anything else we need to know.
All right, let's handle it like a combined effort. Omar, you're the lead roll. Everybody else
Okay.
make a willpower roll against this guy and just tell me what you get.
Oh no,
Can't-
am I at disadvantage? Like,
Uh,
I think we said last time you can't be detrimental to these because I was. Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, I got a 7.
10.
9.
Oh,
5.
apparently we hit $50, by the way. So that second point of community determination is on the table. Thank you so much, everybody. Yeah, oh my God, you guys are amazing with us. The next tier is the mysterious benefactor, where they get 3 smoke bombs, and you would be surprised of how useful those things might be. Yeah, so thank you so much, and I'm sorry I'm going to have to ask for all those numbers again.
Okay.
Yeah, Omar.
7.
10 from Benny, 5 from Ulez, and 9 from Caden.
Okay, so that's
I'm sorry if we're the reason we fail.
okay.
The hot
No,
dog I'm holding.
I rolled a
yeah, no, that actually brings you up to a massive success. So he's sort of like, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't want to get involved with the police. All right, look, you're probably not going to believe this, but I'm telling you the truth. This guy, he was like crackling with electricity or something. Like this energy was like just like he was being electrocuted, but there was nothing electrocuting him. It was just on him.
Okay, we believe you. And
As
we're
far
sorry
as
that
you-
happened. That sounds very scary.
As far as you can tell, he does seem to be telling the truth.
All right. And this happened over by the warehouse, you said?
The storage facility.
The storage facility, right.
By the hospital. Where you found the car. It's kind of near there.
What kind of a gun was it that he hit you with?
I don't know guns.
A pistol, shotgun,
Like one of
little thing like you would keep in a purse, or a big thing like someone compensating.
Like kind of one of those, automatic ones that shoot the bullet out the side when you fire them.
I'm
It's been
sorry.
very helpful.
Yeah.
The
You know
casing
what I
comes out
mean?
the
The
side.
casing, yeah. That's it.
Oh, okay.
We got
I was
you.
real
Okay.
confused. Yeah, thank you.
I
Thank you,
said I
everyone.
don't know guns. Anyway, don't tell the police what I told you.
No.
And he just kind of closes the door on you.
So, Rick, does that match what the gunshot wound I treated?
Oh,
Oh.
well, do your experts extend
Oh,
to like
that's so smart.
ballistics or the?
Well, I mean, I would know
There's,
the
like-
caliber of the thing I took out. Like,
I mean, there's like
you actually
shotgun is
just
gonna
take it,
be-
you drop it in a tray, and it would either be little bitty tiny, or I would be picking up pieces of shot.
Crap.
Like, I probably
Maybe-
wouldn't know the caliber to match it ballistically, but like if it sounds like the same type of gun.
like
Make
single
an
bullet versus
roll.
yeah.
I will set the difficulty of this at like, let's say, good. An exceptional human would be able to figure this out.
Can I help in any way as an investigator?
I guess you could probably, if it's a combined task, if you're doing the exact same thing that they are, you can combine tasks. There is general
You
help.
wouldn't know the bullet that I pulled.
It's-
Though.
You're right, because you
Yeah.
would have to. It would be a game of telephone. You have to describe it to me. I would have to have that. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, let me know what you get, Sam.
May I use my weapons proficiency?
Oh, yeah, let's say you can right now.
Okay.
I got to look up whether that's supposed to just count in weapons use or actually weapons, some sort of. But
It's a skill group, but they're a little wibbly on these things.
probably
Besides, I
fine.
love like intellect weapons. That's such like a wacky combo. That's a 7.
7. You were trying to see if
Figure out whether the description of the gun matched the bullet that I took out of the GSW.
You think it could. You think it is a possibility.
Okay.
You can't rule out that it is the weapon that made the wound.
Okay.
It is certainly potentially that weapon.
Okay.
But it was at least like a single bullet as opposed to like
As opposed to
scattershot.
yeah.
Like yeah.
We're in the
That's
Which is
ballpark.
helpful. We're in the ballpark, yeah.
No, storage facility.
Okay. Yeah, you walk down towards the storage facility. That's back towards the hospital, back towards Yard Hill. And you come back to Carpa Storage, which is the facility owned by your landlord, Vion.
That's
Stanley
right.
Carpa. So all this started. He sent you to check out that silent alarm. Yeah, it's getting pretty dark now. It looks like the gate is still unchained as you left it this morning. Otherwise, there doesn't seem to be any activity right now. It looks, pretty empty.
All right, I say we sneak in, look around a little bit.
Are we trespassing?
Well, no, actually, we're not, because my landlord did ask me earlier to go scope it out a little bit. So technically, we're still scoping it out.
I mean, yeah, you got permission beforehand.
Yeah, you're all with me. Don't worry about it.
Why were you scoping?
Because he asked me specifically this morning to go check it out because his silent alarm was tripped.
Did I do that? That might have been.
Oh, you know what? It might have been you, Liz.
That might have been my fault.
Yeah, quite possibly. That makes sense. Were you wandering around the warehouse or the storage facility this morning, or?
My data is corrupt. I cannot recall.
That's right. So it might have been you, but also there were some tire marks, so it could have been the person who took the vehicle and drove off.
We do not possess anything with your tires. They seem incredibly inefficient.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're not wrong. All right. Yeah, let's just go into the facility and look around a bit.
Sure, and you push your way through the gate pretty easily. First, Vion, you immediately noticed that when you walked in here earlier, there was some blood and a couple of bullet shells on the ground right by the fence,
Mhm.
just inside the fence, I think. All that seems to be gone now. You look right where it was, and you don't see kind of anything. You see there's a puddle on the ground now, make an intelligence roll.
Okay. And can I add my investigator to this?
Yeah.
Okay, great. That is going to be a 9.
Okay, yeah, you easily, you can tell just from standing up that it's bleach. Somebody's put bleach all over the ground.
Well, shoot, I'm now realizing we should have gotten a sample of the blood that was in the vehicle while we were there. Probably you could have tested that, huh, Doc?
No.
Oh.
I don't have an RT-PCR kit or lab space.
Okay, well, that appeases my guilt about not getting that sample, I suppose. Someone has cleaned up the scene. Earlier this morning, there were blood stains and there were shells of bullets.
You just live your life like this, coming across bloodstains and bullet shells just all willy-nilly?
It's not usually this dramatic. Usually it's tailing someone for like half a day and finding out that they're doing something like, like they adopted a dog that they weren't supposed to or something. It's a lot tamer, usually.
I'm glad.
But yes, this is pretty bad. If someone was coming in and out, I would like to look around and see if there's any security cameras.
Oh, sure. That sounds like it's probably an intelligence roll.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Oh, where'd you go? Oh, I got a total of 11.
Nice.
Yeah, you do look up, and right at the corner of the building, you see at least one mounted to the exterior. And with an 11, I'll say that you recognize that as part of the security camera set. So you assume that there are probably others, throughout the inside or outside of the warehouse.
Well. Excuse me, I'm gonna make a phone call.
Okay.
course.
Who are you gonna call?
I would like to call my landlord, the owner of this storage facility.
Sure. Yeah, you place a call and it rings, and Sandy Carpa, who I think we said was a fatherly Cheech Marin, picks up the phone on the other end. Dion, what happened? I sent you to check out the silent alarm like 8 hours ago, and you never got back to me.
Well, if I updated you every step of the case, I don't think you'd believe me, to be quite honest. And you might still not, so I'm going to keep it short. Is there any way that we can access the security footage of the warehouse storage facility?
He would probably just let you. He asked you to take this case on. Yeah, okay. Just keep it to the common areas and stuff. But
Okay, Sandy. Yeah.
don't be poking around in people's lockers.
No, Sandy. No, I'm there's a specific exterior and like one interior camera I got to check out. There aren't.
Okay.
You can't, Sandy. That's a joke. You don't have cameras there. Come on.
Well, we'll talk. And he hangs up. And he, let's say, it sends you a text with the alarm code. And so you can just sort of get your way in. Yeah, you wind your way to the security office, where you find a bank of monitors and security tapes. You know what? I'm just gonna say, yeah. You start digging through the tapes, and you start rewinding around, and since you called him and he let you in, I'm just gonna say that he told you how to access these. I actually love that. I like the use of the world. So it's like, let's say, after skimming through the tapes, you see at the front gate there is a tape where a big kind of white moving truck just smashes through the front gate and rips around the side of the building. And then you can get an interior angle where it's sort of coming in through the garage entrance. The storage facility has an entrance that you can like back up to with a truck, so you can unload, your stuff that you want to store easier. And you see it back. It comes in that way, and then John Doe jumps out of the cab. You recognize him clearly from the tape, and you only have one angle here. But he pulls out a gun, and it is an automatic, like described by Albert Truance. And you can see he's kind of looking around. He looks a little worried. He looks off to the side as if something scares him, and suddenly there's a spray of bullets that hits like the floor, and one of them catches him in his side, creating the wound that you worked on, Caden. You recognize that. And he runs to the side of the white truck and takes cover behind it, and there's another spray of bullets, and it hits the back of this truck. And as the spray of bullets hits the truck, the whole vehicle is like consumed by this like ball of lightning. It just suddenly starts like just crackling around, and it grows brighter and brighter and glows the glow keeps getting brighter, and it starts to encompass John Doe as he starts crackling with this energy. And then it becomes brighter and brighter and brighter until it pops. And then the camera stops recording.
I need to see if that truck is still there. Immediately.
That's a good idea.
Okay, I'll say you head down to the loading dock, and when you get there, the truck is not there, and neither are. You saw some bullets and some blood on the inside when you came to get that step ladder yesterday, or the last game and beyond. That is all gone too, and again, you smell the bleach. What is there is the German Shepherd, who comes from the loading dock. And seems to recognize you, and just sort of walks up to you and just sits down beside you.
Hey, pups, how's it going? Do you remember Ulez?
Greetings. Are they well?
Hello.
So, yeah, what is... The dog just keeps panting at you. Maybe it comes over, sniffs you a little bit, and then sits back down.
Is this a friend of yours?
I mean, we met today, but a very friendly dog. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip the first few steps of acquaintances and say, yeah, it's a friendly dog. If anyone wants to say hi,
I would like to say hi to the dog.
And you greet the dog, and it sniffs at you, and it licks your hand.
Hello.
Good big pointy ears. Good pet ears.
And it
Doc, you want to meet the dog?
I thought I was meeting the dog. They say 5 feet away, having said hello.
Yeah, it sort of sniffs at you, and then kind of sits down and looks a little cowed, maybe a little scared.
I also sit down.
Oh, look at this.
And it kind of leans into you a little bit, and it leans back, and then it leans back towards you and sniffs your face, and then it kind of licks your face a tiny bit, and then sits back down.
Successful.
I sniff around the face and then sit back.
Oh, tell you what.
The important thing when learning new cultures is to mirror. Often that's a successful strategy.
Make a willpower roll. Hang on.
Absolutely.
I have a willpower for the dog. Hang on.
That's great.
I would like to spend a point of determination.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Good.
Excuse you. Hi.
What quality are you activating?
I'm activating not from around here.
Interacting
I'm
with the
definitely
dog.
taking an approach to dogs.
Yeah,
that is not from around here.
I think I actually get that. Yeah. All right. So make your roll. I've already got a number for the dog here.
Mm-hmm. 5 plus 5 is 10.
Yes.
Yeah. And the dog, it just seems to, the way dogs can just sense, that you're alone and sort of sense that loneliness in you. And the dog kind of just walks over and kind of just starts licking your face and kind of climbs up with its paws on your shoulders. And, just kind of, it's just all, kind of like all love now.
Dog that thinks it's smaller than it actually is would like to be lapdog, but is large.
But I don't understand that lapdog is supposed
I know,
to
so
be
it's
large,
perfect.
and so sometimes patients also hug me. So I understand this thing, and I hug the dog, and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
This guy loves me today. It's pink like my hair.
Good.
Yeah.
So I will say, having examined the loading dock and the videos,
There's no more video after this, after the point where it stopped, correct?
all
On
of the
any
videos-
of the cameras.
Yep, they all go offline at that point.
Would question?
Are the circuits nearby blown? Like, is this a product of electricity that we can see in the dock on visual observation? Or could we infer that this was someone who had access to the alarm codes or gained such access in order to disable the cameras? The other cameras that were far away. Is this an electrical phenomenon, or is this There's a word for this. There's
I was
a word.
gonna
Get
I was-
back.
I was gonna say, is it like knowing things about cameras and how they work? Like, would a large source of light like this?
Tell you what, Benny,
blast
Inside
out-
job.
Inside,
Benny-
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
let's say you examine the camera system, Benny. Make an intelligence roll, and you can
Yes.
specialties, for
You
bonuses.
know cameras.
I do know cameras.
See.
Okay.
Filmmaker Benny.
This is an intellect roll, which is all right so far. Ooh, all right. Fucking take that. Wait, I can count 9.
9. Okay, you basically see that it looks like the camera system has been fried.
Okay.
You are guessing that whatever
Wasn't-
that
yeah.
giant swelling of electricity that kind of popped, or you exploded there around the truck or whatever it was, somehow just shorted all of the systems.
The engagement between these two things just was not great for the cameras. Cool.
And
Someone-
otherwise, yeah. I was gonna say, by about this point now, it is fully dark outside. Let's say it's like after all this searching and finding your way through the tapes, it's probably like I don't know, 9 or 10 at night.
Okay, well, we can keep looking and investigating, or we can also just turn in for the night.
Oh yeah, you need sleep.
Yeah. That's not untrue. Benny, I also assume you need some sleep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ulez, do you need to rest at all or recharge anything or?
We would like to investigate the plants in your abode.
Okay. So we got that as well.
All right.
That's our prime directive.
I will also return to my domicile. Please contact me if needed.
Okay.
Ditto.
Good.
You're really getting along with this pup.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't even know we had sound effects. That's
They were great.
We are
What?
high production value here. Thank you very much.
If I knew we had a guest star, I would have promoted it.
This dog loves hugs.
So yeah, so you all go your separate ways back to your homes. And for you, that means a walk back up to Baronsdale Heights, Caden, which is very quick. Also, Vion and Ulez, you are also fairly close over there. I think if we have map 2 up, we have 2 new cool maps today. Oh, I forgot to unveil the new maps. Oh, damn.
Now, perfect timing.
Yeah,
Perfect time to reveal them.
Maybe show them both, Jake. You can see we are in Baronsdale, and Vion, you live in what was your neighborhood called? Whatever. It is
Let me
very
pull it
close
up.
to Yard Hill. I will make sure I have that name by. Oh wait, you know what? I do have that name somewhere. But I will wait until But
Ooh, look at that
I'm not
map.
gonna for paper now. You go for a walk. Benny, though, you are kind of farther away in Factory Park. So you are probably taking like a
It's
subway.
gonna, some public transport to get home. Despite being good at driving, she does not have a vehicle in the city.
Yeah, so let's say you take the subway, and as you are walking, you pass through the turnstiles. You hear someone's voice behind you. Hey, can you help me out with this thing?
And she kind of turns and like double
Yeah.
take points at herself.
Yeah, and as you turn, you see a woman. If I was casting her in a movie, I would say she would the young Michelle Rodriguez, or something like that. And she's wearing like a green hoodie that is sort of pulled up and very tightly around her. And the second the two of you lock eyes, her eyes flash like a camera. Only it's this kind of blue, deep blue purple color, and that just hits you. Do me a favor, make a willpower roll.
Oh, okay. All right. Do any of my special? I doubt any of my specialties apply here.
No, not
No,
for this.
okay. Oof. 7.
Okay,
I rolled
so
a 2.
immediately, just you fall asleep. And you see in your head first just the color, like you just see like this sort of that blue purple color that just flashed in your eyes, just kind of fills your head. And it sort of dissolves, and suddenly you start seeing quick flashes of memories from your whole life, just like quickly flitting through your mind. And they're all playing kind of at once, so you don't really hear any one in particular, at first. But as the longer they go on, one gets louder and louder and louder until suddenly you are basically fully in a dream, and you see yourself as a child, maybe 13 or so, and you are sitting at a living room, in what looks like home, maybe a rural home. Out the window, it's we can see kind of farmscape. It's got a cozy feel to it. And then kind of there's another little purple flash, and suddenly you are running up the stairs of what you recognize your childhood home, and you are crying, and your moms are chasing after you, looking kind of worried, scared. And then there's another flash, and you are collapsed in the corner of your room, like in a ball, crying. And say Lola approaches you, your mother, Lola. She's, Benny, it's okay. It's okay. Just a table. You can get another table. The important thing is that you are okay.
I didn't mean it.
No, that's not the issue. Are you okay, Benny? Hey, do me a favor, make a willpower roll.
10.
You can sort of see in Lola's eyes that she's clearly a little scared of you. And then you wake up, and you're still standing, but you're too woozy to move, and you can't speak. You're just kind of standing there, and your eyes kind of flitter open, and that woman is still standing in front of you. Only now she's rifling through your pockets, and she grabs your wallet and your phone.
Oh man, no.
And she takes everything you got.
Am I frozen still, or do I get to react to it?
No, you can't
Nope.
react. You are still unfortunately under
No.
Yep, this is Port Ruby.
Yep.
She gets everything, and as she turns around, she picks up. She pulls a cell phone out of her pocket, and she turns around, turning her back to you. She puts the phone to her ear, and you just hear her say, "Yeah, one down. Yeah, I saw everything. It'll all be in my report. Just relax, And then she hangs up, and she starts to walk away, and then she turns and she walks back to you, after a couple of steps, and he goes, "Sorry about that, Benny." And then she turns again and just kind of disappears into the crowd on the subway platform. And after what is probably just another minute or so, you kind of get your wherewithal back.
What the fuck? At least I'm through the turnstile.
Yeah, you're just like standing there. People were just like walking everywhere. It's Port Ruby. It's honestly like nobody cares. No one even notices. It's like it's.
I guess I'm going home. I don't. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, Benny, yeah, you were on this side of the turnstile, and you make your way home. But when you get there, you do not have any keys.
Shit. Can I follow someone into the building?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. This will be the rest of the night. You follow somebody, you're waiting around to get someone to let you into the building, and then finally you get upstairs, and then you're like banging on the door,
Knocking
trying
the
to get
door.
your roommates all night, and let's say by morning, you will have gotten back into your apartment. Um,
Don't get any work done tonight then, huh?
Uh,
Yeah, no, she gets home, she's like done. Normally when she gets back from stuff, she would be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna work on freelance stuff, whatever." No, she gets in, she kicks off her shoes on like in the steps, getting to the bed, and then fully face plant, like full face into the bed, and that's how she's like, full clothes, whatever, just out, done. We're done with today.
Perfect. Yeah. And you collapse into your bed, and by the next morning, Caden, you of course have been up all night. And what time do you think you leave for work?
I typically take advantage of my relative circadian superiority to arrive much, much earlier than most of the interns and residents are willing to. It's how you get the good surgeries.
So
Also, it gives you plenty of time to round on your own patients first before the attending gets there.
okay. So yeah, you bright and early are you are on
Yes.
your way. And I will say, let's say that your roommate, Dr. Allison Fripp, who I think we said was
Pediatric general surgeon.
pediatric general surgeon, and Kristen, what's her name from The Good Place? Who we picked for a cast for there.
Yes.
And yeah, she's chipper, lighthearted, and she's getting ready for work. She's wow, can you believe all that we had to do last night? I mean, it was just one case after another. It's
Did you have a lot of patients on the
uh,
pediatric service?
yeah, we were swamped all night. How was surgery?
Went well. We'll see what the CBC shows in the morning.
And you open up your front door to walk out into the world.
Yes.
And the second you open the front door of your apartment, standing right in front of you, there is that woman wearing the green hoodie. And she just reaches and grabs you. And as she gets the benefit of surprise because you were not expecting her to be there. Do me a favor, make a willpower roll.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't think I have anything to activate here. That's an 8.
Okay, so, oh wow, this is weird. That purple flash goes off in your eyes, and you, for the first time in your life, maybe, fall asleep. And a jumble of imagery again just shoots through your head from your life. You see all kinds of moments, and again, none in particular, sort of rings out until it suddenly starts to focus as one moment starts becoming clearer, and you see yourself in what looks like sort of a large loft apartment that is filled with boxes of gear and equipment. You are sitting on a couch, and there is a man there who is dressed in like a kind of like a black like bodysuit, like a Navy SEAL, like attack, gear, like a SWAT team member or something, body armor. If I had to cast him with an actor, I would say he was Javier Bardem. Not sociopath murderer, No Country for Old Men, Javier Bardem, but like salt and pepper bearded romantic, handsome guy, Javier Bardem, and he is just packing stuff into a bag, and you are just watching him from the couch very quietly.
I'm your squire. I'm supposed to be going with you.
We have been through this. You're staying.
Is it because I'm not good enough?
And he puts the bag down and turns to you. Cadrax, You are going to be a knight someday. So you need to understand that winning a war like the one that we are in means fighting at all scales and all paces. You are exactly where you need to be, and when the time comes, you'll play your part. Now, why don't you go try some of that apple juice that the locals like so much? He goes back to packing the gear, and before you can respond, you come back to awareness. And as you wake up, you, again, too woozy to move, just standing there. Your eyes flutter open, and you see this woman who is now just standing there, staring at you with just wide, amazed eyes. And she just looks at you and you gotta be fucking kidding me. And then she takes your she sort of tries to reach into your pocket to take your phone, and that's when Allison sort of comes in from the other room and sort of like, "Hey, who are you?" And the woman just lets go, and just bolts out the door and runs. And you suddenly get a little bit of movement back.
She did something. She did something to my brain.
And Allison sort of, kind of takes your head. Is it okay if I look at your eyes? And she sort of follow my finger first. Well, I don't know. Let's get down to the hospital. You look okay to me, but I mean, something happened.
Who was that?
I don't know, but I can describe her if you want to go to the police.
Just describe her to me on the way. We'll go to the hospital. It might be a neuro thing. That's where I need to be.
Come on,
The hospital's where I need to be.
Let's get a cab. Come on. And she takes you down to the street, and loads you into a cab and heads you off towards the hospital. And now, Beyond. So last night you got home with Ulez Gali, and you brought them to your humble home. Can you describe your humble home for us?
Sure. It's a small studio that's got a nice view of sort of the skyline, not the main skyline, but like the sort of like facing maybe the coast a little bit in that direction. It's my little slice of heaven, And I've got like a nice kitchen. There's like a good pour over coffee maker and stuff like that. And a couple pieces of nice but not super expensive furniture, like a old rug. And then I've got also just my bed.
Any plants?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got some plants. A lot of mid-century stuff. I can introduce them to Ulez.
I would be honored.
All right. Well, since you were so curious about plants, I've got kind of two collections. One sort of my mid-century modern kind of look, which is I've got a Monstera deliciosa over here, and I've got a fiddle leaf fig, if you're interested in that.
The Monstera. May I touch them? May I ask them? Will they respond?
They don't respond to me. Well, they respond to like being watered and to like sunlight, but not in terms of my specific language. So you can definitely give it a go.
Can I give them some sunlight?
Yeah, sure. I suppose just not like a healthy amount of sunlight.
Okay. This is what my designation is. This is my purpose. I'm going to turn my hand towards the plants with the full intention of being able to provide light However, this is the first time that I've truly tested out this part of my shell that has been installed by my creators.
All right. Roll your light blast, which is level 3, plus a d6. Against the plant.
6.
Okay. You just you shoot this beam of light, it hits the plant, and instantaneously it just crumbles to dust right in front of you. Just it takes almost like no time. It's just like
Okay, so that was probably a little bit too much sunlight there.
I think I am feeling guilt.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Ulez.
Should I try again?
Yeah. Let's definitely do that. Is the whole plant gone?
the whole plant is gone. How many do you have?
Was that the Monstera? That was the Monstera,
I
right?
love the Monstera.
I know. That's okay. We've still got the fiddle leaf fig, and we've also got a bunch of succulents.
Let's start with something a little bit small. If my programming is correct, then I should just be able to point my hand and provide light. What? Let's try one more time. This way we can rule out anything.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, why don't you try speaking with the fiddle leaf fig?
I would like to bring light to you. We request that you do not crumble. I only rolled it.
I am not even going to make you roll for this because you just kill that thing. This plant cannot even, it just, again, it's like, just the life sucked right out of it, just dry, just wilts, turns brown, and
Well, we feel a bit more revitalized. However, this guilt is overwhelming.
Yeah, maybe we'll just rest the plant sunning for now, and just maybe in the morning we can look at like how much sun comes in through this window and kind of what they're used to, and then sort of work from there a little bit.
Might I appreciate your offer. May I present a counter offer?
Yeah.
May I stand in the corner and examine the fiddle? Excuse me, what was the designation?
Oh, the fiddle leaf fig?
Correct. May I just hold it?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Here you go.
I believe I should start much smaller. My creators would be disappointed, but we will erase that guilt and continue forward.
That's the best. Just do the next right thing you can do. We can't go back in time,
So,
I don't have any plans.
Well, theater of the imagination. That's great. We will say that that is how you spend your night, trying to commune with the plant or just hang with it,
talking to it.
Yeah, just talking. And a little plant and chill. And you go to sleep, Vion. And when the morning comes, I see there's a knock at your door, and it's Sandy Carpa again. You just hear him from the outside. Hey, Vion! Hey, Vion!
One
hey!
second. I sit up. I check on Ulez.
We have not moved.
You had a good night?
Greetings.
Good morning, Ulez. Did you have a good night?
We had much to learn that night, and we believe we have processed a lot of the information that is associated with this fiddlehead fig.
Great.
Hey, come on. What's going on? Come in. Hey.
All right. 1 second, Sandy. All right, I open the door.
And as you open the door, he just kind of like lets himself in, and he's like,
okay, all right.
So what happened? What happened at the storage?
Hold on, I just woke up, Sandy. You want some coffee or something, or?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
And he goes and he picks up, he picks up your remote control and he flips on your television. It's an old crappy TV, and he goes to work making that coffee for you. He sort of flips through the channels, and he comes to rest on local news PR3. Which is a 24-hour news station that is dedicated exclusively to Port Ruby.
Cool.
And you see the anchor come on. We'll say she's Stella Combs, is the anchor, one of the anchors of PR3, and let's say she's Laura Dern.
Oh, great. Cool.
Yeah, trustworthy kind of anchor
Yeah.
type. And she, goes into her morning roundup. Good morning. The geologically bizarre earthquake from last night dominates the news. It's all over the covers of the Port Ruby Standard, the Daily Talker, all the local papers this morning. We can tell you the fatality level from the quake was very low, but the damage to Port Ruby's infrastructure looks to be fairly extensive. Baronsdale, as the epicenter, was hit especially hard. It's not mass devastation, it's not mass devastation, but buildings, roads, subways, tunnels, and bridges were all likely affected to some extent. Other parts of the city were affected as well. Downtown Avalon saw some similar damage, and while Riften and Mur Island both felt the quake, the damage in those places was not as bad. The city government has sprung into action, has several federal agencies, private charities, and some of the biggest corporations in the city, like the tech giant Prefecto, the oil and gas conglomerate Corlon, and the financial giant Leland Cyprus. All of them have already made generous contributions to the young rebuilding effort. City officials expect inspections and rebuilding will take months, if not years, to carry out. People will certainly be displaced. Landscapes are expected to change. Whatever happens from this point forward, we certainly expect last night's events will leave its mark on Port Ruby. And they cut to commercial. And what I'm going to say for the four of you is that what this means is that starting right now until further notice, the county of Baronsdale and the downtown part of Avalon both have the quality of quake damaged. This means at any moment, the ledge that you are walking along, I can play against you and could crack. Or if you are trying to, break your way through a wall, you might be able to exploit quake damage to, get through something that might have normally been too tough for you. So yeah, that starts now until you hear otherwise. And that is just a general quality of those areas of Port Ruby. Sandy flipped off the TV. He's like, yeah, like that. Earthquakes in Port Ruby. Can you believe that?
Shoot, I gotta say, I'm from the other coast. When we get earthquakes like that size, we do not shut down half the city. So this is an extreme reaction for me, but...
Well, can I ask you a question? Why is there a scuba diver with streamers on his head holding a plant in the corner of your room?
Oh, I'm so sorry. My mistake. I did not. I just woke up. I'm been a real bad host. Ulez, this is Sandy. Sandy, this is Ulez.
Greetings.
Yeah, I met them yesterday.
Greetings. Why are you holding that plant?
We have studied it, we have unlocked all of its potential, and now we are aiming to find a creative outlet to interpret some of this information.
Make a willpower roll.
What does that mean on this dice? Oh, that's my 6. Ha ha ha! I've never rolled that on this dice. What is my willpower?
Your willpower is 3.
9.
9. Oh! You like plants, eh?
Greatly.
I have quite a garden downstairs. Come here. Let me show you. Come here. Come on. Don't worry.
Where do I put my fiddlehead fig?
I'll take that from you. Yeah, this is an opportunity of a lifetime for you. Here we go.
We thank you. And I will... Are you my new companion? Sandy?
New companion.
Yeah, it's fine.
We can be buds, sure. And he kind of like hits you in the arm a little. He's like, New companion. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Okay. Yeah, he opens up the door, and he walks you outside and into the hallway of the apartment, and takes you down a level of stairs. And when you get to the bottom of the stairs, you see there is a woman. She is wearing green hoodie pulled up. She's sort of standing by the mailboxes, like pretending to fiddle with them, or and as you get close, she wheels around and she grabs your arm, and we will find out what you see when we come back after the break.
Ooh.
So, Jake, why don't you give us 10 minutes? What are we up to? Oh, we see we're up to $100. Oh my God, on the thing. Thank you so much, everybody. If we get to 150, they get the smoke bombs, and if we get to
We're past 150.
Yeah, we are.
oh my God, what are we at?
Smoke bomb times
151,
151.
5166.
60 of course.
Now you all know that I am illiterate. Okay, this is one of the best kept secrets in the RPG community. I don't know how to read numbers, but
Just in the Discord, it said 100 was the last update, so you're good. It's fine.
You know what? So yeah, you will have you'll get all that stuff as soon as we get back from the break. Jake, give us like 10 minutes. Hello, welcome back. We as far as we've hit about $150 on the tip jar. That unlocks the first 2 tiers. Our last tier is an after credits lore drop. That is my absolute favorite thing maybe to do in the universe now, ever since last week. That is all that is left for the night. That's it. I guess there's nothing else to do right now, so let's just get back to it. When we left off, Ulez, you were coming down the hall with Sandy Carpa. He was going to show you his garden. When this woman that we have seen twice in the green hoodie grabbed your arm, and Ulez, make a willpower roll.
8.
Okay, so yeah. The second you make eye contact with this person, there is that purple flash, and it just penetrates right through your visor. You can still see it. And for you, first you just see a star field, and it's like kind of fritzing, like a television set trying to get reception or something. And this jumble of imagery passes really fast. You see a flash of a planet that has a yellow sky and a blue sun. And you see a flash of this strange alien bird that kind of looks like a tiny feathered dragon hovering in midair and just beating its wings very quickly. And then another flash of this enormous black wall that reaches as high as you can see and stretches as far in either direction as you can see. And then, whoosh, there's another purple flash, and you see yourself standing on a stage in what kind of looks like an amphitheater. There are bright lights shining in your eyes. You can tell there are people in the audience, but you can't quite make out what they look like. And there's a booming voice, and the booming voice says, Ulez Gali, congratulations.
Yes, I Les Galley designation 8539425544 present.
And as you say that, you hear this chorusing echo of 1,000 voices all saying the exact same thing as you at the exact same time. And as you turn your head to either side, you see you are standing in a row of people who look exactly the same as you, wearing the exact same uniform and the exact same helmet. And they are all also sort of looking back and forth at each other. And the booming voice says, Ulez, do you understand what your job is?
I do. I have been selected for not simply my heightened ability of investigation, but it is my understanding that I have been chosen to become an observer, and I wish to express my massive, I've got a lot of enthusiasm, and I will eagerly perform my prime directive. My duties are to study and understand the plant anatomy, the genetics, structure, and ecology of how these plants may affect organisms around it.
And as you speak, it's the same thing. All the Ulezes, they all speak simultaneously with you. Every verbal tick, every choice of words identical at the exact same time. And you just hear the booming voice, very good. I think you're ready, Ulez. And on that, your eyes flutter open. And you are standing in that hallway. And that woman is letting go of you. God damn it. 2 in 1 day? And she just sort of like pushes her way out and just like runs from the building. Sandy Karpa kind of comes up to you, Ulez, and he's like, hey, you okay? You okay? And he's kind of tapping on your visor a little bit, and you're just starting to get movement back.
Please do not tap. It messes with my vision.
Okay, just wait here. Just wait here. And he runs back up the stairs, and suddenly you hear Vion. Hey Vion! Hey Vion!
Oh
Vion!
no! What, Sandy? What is it?
Something happened. There was a lady with a thing, and she did a thing, and there was like a big flashing purple light, and then something happened. Here, come here.
Oh, holy smokes! That's not good. All right.
Yeah, and he leads you down to Ulez, who is just kind of starting to get their movement back.
Hey, Ulez, how you doing?
Greetings.
Do you remember me?
Our data does recall you. However, we believe there was a blip.
Oh, interesting. Was there a human that came up to you just now?
There was. I can recall their identical. Let me recall. Yes, they were wearing a green hoodie, had short stature. I believe their height might have been 5'4", long brown hair, approximately 6 inches, brown eyes. What other details are necessary to recall an individual?
Wait, did this just happen?
This just occurred. I mean, I might have blipped, i.e. there is a space in my brain where I'm having a hard time.
And Sandy's like, yeah, she just ran out like a minute ago, just like the time it took me to run up the stairs.
Okay, Ulez, wait right here. I'm gonna go. I gotta chase after this person. I don't know what's going on here.
We will wait right here.
So I'd like to start running in the direction. Did they like round a corner of a building or something, Rick?
Okay, you come outside of the apartment. They went out through the front door, and you follow them out the front door. I'll tell you what. Let's call this an intellect roll. You're scanning the street, looking to see if you can still catch them going one way or the other. Roll your intellect, and you can use your investigation bonus. Let's see how hard it is.
All right, it's gonna be a 7.
Okay. You absolutely see her running, let's say east on the block outside your apartment building. And just before you can climb down, let's say you have like one of those front stoops, before you can climb down the stairs of the stoop, someone steps in your path at the bottom of the stairs. It is a man in a suit who you recognize as a police detective who you met yesterday at the hospital.
Okay.
You had his card. I will remind you. I encourage everybody to take notes on character names, but if you remember, since you have his card, well, you know what? Let's see. Do you remember his name?
Oh no.
He looks up at you and he's sort of like, Vion Vigor, right?
Yeah, you caught me at a real bad time. I gotta chase someone down real quick.
Well, I just wanted to tell you, thank you. That autographed card that you gave me for my wife, that little headshot. She just really loved it. I mean,
well, that's great. Yeah,
your
okay.
books mean so much to her.
I'm so glad to hear that, and that means a lot to me. That's great. Anyhow, wait right here. I will be back in just a second.
Whoa. And he kind of puts his hand up and stops you from going. I think you and I need to talk a little bit. I was trying to be subtle yesterday at that hospital. But I I have to tell you, I have reason to believe that this John Doe, who you and your friends are wrapped up with somehow that I can't figure out, might be a very dangerous career criminal.
Okay.
I don't think you appreciate the gravity of your situation. Do you read the papers?
Yeah, on occasion when I need to.
Do you know who Mickey Bomberg is?
You know, I can't say that name is familiar to me.
Okay. I'll just say you don't know. Because you might. Okay. Well, maybe you don't read the papers too closely. He is one of the most dangerous organized crime figures in this city, especially in Baronsdale. And he might be connected to that man that you were looking for yesterday. You and your friends, you might have put yourself in the middle of something very dangerous. I urge you, for your own protection and for the protection of your friends, whatever it is you know, whatever it is your doctor friend was lying to me about, I want you to tell me.
Okay, real quick, can I get the name of that mob boss again?
Mickey Bomberg, Bomberg.
Right. And can I get your name again real quick?
Yes. My name is Leon Neal, Detective
Yeah, that was
Neal.
Detective, that was a joke. Of course I remember you, Neil. Now listen, do you now you're saying this person okay, listen, I don't want to play games. Are you on the up and up, or is this going to be one of those like triple cross situations? Because I got to chase someone in a second. I got to track them down, and quite frankly, I can't follow 3 leads in one day. You know what I mean, Detective Neil?
I'm not giving you a lead. I'm giving you a warning.
Well, let me give you a lead and a warning, because it's sort of wrapped up in one. I've been looking into this for the last about 24 hours. I think this might be something outside the purview of the Ruby police force.
Make a willpower roll.
Okay, that's a 7.
Can I assist by just really wanting it to succeed really, really hard?
Sadly,
I
you were
feel.
there, but, you've been investigating. Listen, I understand you fancy yourself some kind of a private investigator, and if you're going to be following cheating husbands or whatever it is you do with your days, God bless you. We need someone to do it in this city. But I am telling you, you are outclassed here, and I just don't want you to realize it when it is too late. You have my number.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and shoot that right back to you. If something unusual comes up that you're not able to discuss with maybe anyone on your side, and you need something looked into that's maybe a bit unusual, you also have my card. Do you need another one? I gave you a signed one. I can give you an unsigned one if you'd like.
No, Mr. Vigor, I know where to find you.
Yeah, evidently. I glanced back at my house. Yeah, all right. Yeah, fair point. Touche.
And he kind of nods at you, and then he turns and he heads back down the sidewalk. And while you are standing there in front of your building, you look down, and at your feet there is this large package that is addressed to you. I'll say I will not typically control your character for you, but I will say that you rip it open right there on the spot. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I should let you. Do you want to still try and see if you can chase after?
I mean, that was a long conversation.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hedge my bets.
Okay.
And if they're running, I've probably lost them.
Yeah.
At this point.
I'm gonna say you almost certainly lost them. So it's you open up the package, and inside the package, what you find is a leather full body suit of armor. Just like you recognize as like light leather body armor that you have perhaps
Okay.
magazines or something. I don't know. I
Mhm.
don't know what you do with your time, Vion. Then you also find in there 3 tiny silver kind of marbles, which are identified by some packaging as smoke bombs.
And was this package, really quickly before I hop into the specific mechanics of those items, was this package delivered by our favorite mail delivery human being, Remus?
Ah, yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Remus, who made that awesome video for QueueTimes, was the mailman in this case, the mail carrier in this case. The way those work is that the body armor to anybody who's wearing it gets +1 to their resistance. None
Oh,
of you have anything like that right now. None of you have a resistance because none of you have any body armor or shields or anything like that. So for somebody, this would be +1 to your resistance, and it would help, alleviate damage in case of a fight or a fall or something like that. And the smoke bombs, you throw them, and I will make that a test of your coordination. And if you succeed, you throw them close enough to your target that they explode. And what happens is your target now gets -2 for any sight-based tasks.
well, shoot. Thanks to whoever. I glanced around. If you're listening, thank you.
There's nobody there, and there is no return address.
All right. Well, I'll chalk this up to a freebie. I ain't gonna complain. I'm gonna go ahead and pocket those the smoke marbles, and I'm going to fold up the leather armor and bring it inside with me.
Sure. You come back in, and Ulez is now returned to normal. Let's say you and Ulez and Sandy head back up to the apartment for a moment while we head
Great.
across to Serrano Memorial, where Caden, you are done getting checked out by your friend Dr. Fripp, who, well, I don't seem to find anything wrong with you. Are you feeling
And you-
better?
Yes, but if it's an intermittent issue, that is not diagnostically helpful. It could come back. It could have been triggered by something. It doesn't present like a photosensitive apple. And I think Caden has been arguing for a neuro consult for a hot minute. That is perhaps not totally deserved.
Look, I can get a neuro consult, but once we start something like that, legal kicks in, and there's going to be all these tests that have to be done to follow up so we can cover our asses. You know what Tally's going to say. So I don't know. You sure?
Are you arguing that I not get a neuro exam for legal reasons?
Oh, I'm arguing because I don't think there's anything wrong with you. What happened before the incident? Did you get up fast, sit down fast?
No, it wasn't a postural orthostatic issue. I answered the door. There was a person there wearing decorative fabrics, and then I had that incident.
Did
And
the-
then she said,
What did she say?
she expressed some sort of surprise, and then she ran. I can't remember her exact words.
Did she do anything to you? Touch you or hit you?
Touch. Yes, I remember thinking about moving my arm to grapple and not making it in time.
Huh. Interesting.
Why?
Well, I don't know. What you described could possibly be the effect of some kind of chemical if this person doused you with a drug or injected you with something. Maybe we should
An
run.
inhalant or an injectant would be the only things that would cross the blood-brain barrier that quickly. I don't have any visible marks.
All right.
Maybe.
Let me go talk to some people in toxicology and neurology and I'll be back in about an hour. Why don't you just relax for a bit? Close your eyes. Try and take a nap or something.
Thank you.
And she exits. And while you are sitting there, over in Warehouse Park, Benny, you are waking up, let's say in the early afternoon. You are getting, you can hear your email going off.
Oh yeah, First thing she does in the morning is she doesn't have her phone, so on her computer she's going to whatever the equivalent of Facebook Messenger is, her boss and crew, and let them know that there was no interview that happened because there was an earthquake. Do not ask me for footage. As well as I was mugged on my way home, and I'm going to the hospital. So I'll talk to you in a few days. That's basically her like. And then she's gonna grab a protein bar or something from the kitchen, not engage with her roommates at all, and grab as much spare change as she can so she can get to the hospital, because that's the only known location she can get while she doesn't have her phone or any way to contacting any of the people she met yesterday.
Well, yeah, you also don't have your wallet, so it is a long walk from Warehouse Park over to.
I was say if I had any coins, like laundry coins or anything to like get a ticket.
Tell you what, roll for it. Make it
Oh,
into.
hell yeah.
See how hard should it be to find coins in Benny's
Determination retcon.
I'll roll for it. It's okay.
Yeah, you
well,
could.
she's not the most organized person. What am I rolling? Intellect?
Intellect.
6.
Yeah, okay, you find the change. So you are able to catch
a cookie tin full of quarters like I have here in my apartment.
Yeah, it's like you are using the last of the change. Head on over to Serrano Memorial, which is maybe not the closest hospital to you, but is the one that you were at last night, where you have at least a contact. I know someone should probably be here. And Benny's gonna kind of like walk right up to the front desk and be like, "Hi, is Dr. Dialto in? Because I would like to speak with them if they have a second, please, and thank you." Just a moment, and the nurse picks up the phone and dials, and the phone in the room you are in rings. Dr. Dialto.
I pick it up. Hello, this is Dr. Dialto.
Yes, we have a. What's your name?
Benny Beckett.
Benny Beckett to see you, doctor.
I'm in exam room 3. Yes, please send her through. She's expected.
Exam room 3, just now.
Okay, thank you. And she
watches with you, you make it to exam room 3 and let yourself in, and she walks in talking immediately. she opens her. Hi. Okay, so I got mugged by someone with superpowers, and that means that I've met 3 people with maybe superpowers. The door is closed at this point. In the past 24 hours, and I've never met anyone else with superpowers before in my life. And so I figured that maybe I should talk to someone else who I know who has it. It's been a weird day. How's it going? Good morning. What time is it? I don't have a phone. And that's what she walks into her room.
It is 8:38 a.m.
Okay.
What are superpowers?
Okay.
And all of those again, yes.
Okay. I think the only direct question I asked was, "How was your day?" But that's okay. We can move forward.
I think you might actually notice Dialto is wearing a hospital gown, not lab coat, because they're being patient right now.
I think then at this point this catches up.
I think this is the point where that happens.
Are you good? Not in the
neurological episode this morning. We're trying to get a consult from neuro, but it may not happen for legal reasons, apparently.
Okay. Well, I hope everything's okay. 8 a.m. Did not know I woke up that early. Impressive for me. Superpowers. The thing that you did in the building yesterday with the falling floor onto us when you prevented our imminent demise. Thanks, by the way. Don't know if I said that. That unnamed man who took that from you and maybe also took lightning from someone. And now, someone who stole my wallet in the subway made me see purple and fall asleep for a second. So that's 3. And I'm not really sure who else to talk to about this.
That was the neurological episode that I had this morning.
You also
There was also a person.
Oh, jeez. Okay, well...
You're proposing that she was the agent of this in some sort... That could be a mechanism of interaction that would have caused it if I could figure out how.
I mean, she asked for my attention, and then I gave it to her, and then she made me see memories. And I think that might have been a side effect to the extent of her just taking my wallet.
What did you see? I don't need to know the content. Was it emotionally resonant? What was the
I mean
context?
Bad memory, I guess, of being a kid. Guilt, I guess. Is that an emotion? Is that what you're looking for?
That is helpful. Memory works differently if you have something that is strong in terms of sensory information or emotional information. I'm just trying to understand how this works. What?
So you okay? Well, I described the person that I saw, like green hoodie, shortish. Right? Did you see the same person?
Yes, that's an accurate description. Those were the decorative fabrics in question.
Okay, well that seems convenient.
Yes, and I think Caden hops off the bed and is gonna start clothes happen again. So like just curtain, keep talking. And they're going to change back into clothes because apparently this isn't a neurological thing. This is connected to an agent and like, okay, screw the neuropuzzle.
While Benny no longer has to look you in the eyes, I think they kind of get like somber for a second and they're kind of like, that thing you can do. Is that, have you always been able to do that?
Yes, I was born with it.
Okay. You use it on purpose and stuff? Like you like to do it's like a good thing for you, maybe?
I spent my whole life training it to do it better. To help.
Huh.
Why do you ask?
Well, I've never met anyone else who can do weird stuff.
Curtain.
And Benny, like, reluctantly makes eye contact. I can't do that. That's, like, kind of way cooler, but...
What do you do?
And she kind of, like, holds her hands up and does, like, a couple, and I have to roll. See if I'm... And after a couple, like, flicks, both of her hands start on fire. And it's like a cool flame, not like super hot, so it's more like yellow in color and kind of small. She's like, it doesn't always work. So that would have been embarrassing if I wasn't able to show you now. But
that's fascinating.
And she kind of pats her hands out, and
usually, you can't do that. How come you can?
Sorry, say that again.
Usually,
Oh, I see. We don't know.
Wait?
My family if I was born with it or how I got it, or I've spent a lot of time trying not to do it because it's scary for other people. And also because I thought I was the only person in the world who could do weird shit. So
Apparently there are more.
apparently, yeah, I'd say so.
You're not alone. That's always good.
I think so.
But why did this one come and find both of us?
That was my thought, was maybe that's why.
Because you saw them. Ulas might be in danger.
Oh, geez, that's right. Oh, boy.
We should find them now.
We should go right now, okay?
And as you push your way out of the hospital room, Dr. Fripp is coming back with a couple of doctors in tow. And like, hell with legal. If I got to give you 600 tests, I'll deal with it if I have to. Let's do this thing.
I've solved it. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Perfect. And she just watches as you disappear down the hall with this confused look on her face. And the two of you are making your way across town. By the way, thank you to Chad. I think we hit the $250. I think we unlocked the floor drop. So thank you so much, everybody. And yeah, you are heading your way on foot over to Omar's place. Sorry, Vion's place. Oh, do you know where Vion's place is?
I don't have a phone, though, so I can't call.
You don't have a
Right,
phone.
and I was told about that. And I do have a phone because I was not mugged.
So, like, do you actually want to call him first, or do you just want to assume you called him or you got the address? How do you want to do this?
Is there any reason why? I think I will use the texting
All right.
mechanism.
Let's just assume, right?
But
Okay.
Yeah. Unless Vion doesn't want me here.
No, I just wanted you if you wanted to play the call out, but like,
Come over anytime.
yeah, he's a friendly guy. Actually, I compel you, Vion, based on your character quality, loves to live it up to invite everybody you know over. Yeah, you make it over there to Vion's place, and you find Vion and Ulez sitting in Vion's living room, which is as described before, and they are sitting over. There's a leather body armor laid out on the floor, just in front of them. And they look like they have been, talking, or they look like they've been busy or something. Vion, there is a knock at your door. You open it to find Benny and Caden.
Hey, how's it going, Doc? Benny, how you doing?
Ulas said they might be with you. We have concerns for their well-being. May we speak to them?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Come in. I think you're right in the money, Doc. Hey, Ulez, it's our friends.
Greetings. You caught me inspecting these succulents. They are absolutely brilliant. There's so much energy in them.
You found plants.
I have been studying them nonstop, and let me say, I have determined that if I can find a creative outlet to interpret all of my information that I have acquired, it might not go against my prime directive, but I will be able to express me, Ulez Gali.
That's wonderful. You'll have to tell me more about the modes of expressions for observers, but we have... Oh, Benny came to me with cause for concern. Both of us were separately accosted by someone, and we were concerned that the same thing might happen to you, that they were targeting people with any kind of unusual capabilities beyond standard human physiology. And seeing as you had evinced plenty of those, not only as an observer, but in the building. the other day with your light that you might also be targeted by this person. We wanted to warn you before it could happen.
Oh, your timing is late.
Did they come for you already? Are you all right?
I am well. There was a blip in my memory, and some of my data has been scrambled a little bit. It was disturbing, truly.
Was this biographical memory data by chance?
Correct.
Did the
Then
same thing happen to you too?
both of us, yes, through the organic analog, of course.
This is a repeated effect.
And seemingly the same agent to motivations unknown. Caden starts pacing.
Okay.
Definitely the least composed.
Okay.
been.
Hey, Benny. I don't know exactly how to help the doc. You want some coffee or something?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, Doc. You
Mhm.
want like an ice pack? I don't know how to help you. I'm gonna be quite
I've
honest.
already been medically cleared, but thank you.
Okay. I'm just gonna make some coffee in the background.
Sure.
Well, how long have you been here?
Let me determine. Approximately 28 hours. That's when my data has started up again. My processing unit came back on, and I was able to record my time here. If I was here longer, it has been scrambled.
So, where is the vehicle by which you transited?
That data is corrupt.
Well, if you're new here, you should probably know that some of the locals here are not friendly to those who are non-local. Their motivations are broadly unknown. They're hostile to at least some species from other worlds. There's no reason they should take issue with an observer, but I have very little information on them. All I know is that there are people here who are capable of destroying the galaxy's most powerful warriors, and discretion is advised.
So are these like humans that don't like aliens, or are we talking like? And I'm just like in the back, like pouring some coffee.
Yeah.
Like, or are we talking like aliens that are fighting other aliens? I just want to get kind of like a better sense of what we're facing up against.
I would
I mean,
also like that.
Okay, so yeah, so you don't know. Has someone come and threatened you in the past, or is this the first time that someone's accosted you in regards to your identity?
This is the first time for me.
Okay, I'm very sorry that happened. And Ulez, to the best of your recollection, this is the first time?
The first time that I have been accosted by an individual who has tried to blip my processing unit?
Yeah.
Correct.
And Benny, you're human, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but someone still came after you.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
All right.
We think it might be because I can do weird shit too. So there's that.
Oh, holy
Actually.
smokes! What can you do?
And she'll do the try to start it, and and she just kind of cross arms. Just normally something happens.
She did previously evince fire on her fists.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
It was impressive.
Does it hurt?
No.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware, it's not that I have some sort of agreement with it. I have to get different. I had to buy an entirely new wardrobe, though. I have to get clothes that are particularly marked fireproof.
Yeah, that makes sense. I would like to put I'm like on the other side of like the countertop of my kitchen, and I would like to put the 2 coffee mugs, one for me, one for Benny, at the edge, and then I would like to phase through the counter just to walk to the other side to pick up the coffee mugs.
Yeah, and we will say you have built that counter, especially out of materials you're good with, and you just right through.
Here you go. You want coffee? You want cream or sugar or anything? Or
both, please.
okay, great. And I just phase back.
Okay,
to
so
the
now,
kitchen.
like, what's the chances of that? Okay, like,
And as you're saying that, the fire alarm starts to ring in the building.
wasn't me. It wasn't me.
What does
Okay.
the sound designate?
That there is some sort of fire damage or threat happening in the building. It's we need to evacuate the building safely.
Could we investigate from a distance?
Oh, from a safe distance? Absolutely.
Okay. We might be flammable. It's... we've never investigated that.
Oh,
Does
okay.
other fire hurt you, Benny?
I don't know. Do I know that?
Have you never checked?
Well, there was an incident, but I was not aware of there. I don't know.
We'll say is that no, you are aware that you cannot burn really.
I cannot burn. No, I can't really burn. I don't like to test it, but I don't. Me and fire have an agreement.
Or let's say so far nothing you have found has. burned.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go
yeah.
ahead and step outside. Yeah.
And yeah, you open up the door and you step into the hallway.
Do you have anything like a baseball bat or a crowbar, or if someone were suspicious and thought that this might be pulled as a method to get us out of the house, that someone might ad hoc grab as a weapon in your main space, Vion?
Yes. I like you want like just like something solid to grab onto?
If I instinct pull an improvised weapon, what do I grab? It can be a butter knife,
like an
just
umbrella,
Like, what
or
do
like...
I pull?
Oh yeah, I don't know if I'd have an umbrella. Because I could just kind of walk through the water, couldn't I?
Golf club.
Trying to think. I think I'd have a baseball bat.
I grab the baseball bat.
Okay, yeah, you now have a baseball bat, and I think there's actually someone here.
Yeah, there's a baseball bat stat.
Yeah, there's a baseball bat stat. It tells you how much.
I'll get that while we.
Thanks.
going.
Yeah, it affects your damage level, basically, not your ability to hit.
And I don't see Doc. I don't see you grab the baseball bat. Is that correct? Because I'm kind of leading everybody out.
If you are leading everybody out, you probably don't see it. And yes, it is very much an instinct to grab a weapon.
Okay, great. So I don't have a chance to warn you that this is a collector's item that is definitely signed by.
You definitely do not have that opportunity now.
Great. Okay, yeah. All right.
You head out into the hallway, and you kind of and you don't smell any smoke or see any smoke, but you see lots of people leaving their apartments and sort of funneling down the hall towards the stairs at the end of the hall. And the alarm is still just ringing.
Interesting. I think you're onto something, Ulez. We should definitely investigate from a safe distance.
I was just curious.
And correct. At least from what I can tell. I would like to lead everyone sort of outside.
Sure.
We take the stairs.
Yeah, you walk down the stairs and you head outside.
Oh no! What are you doing, Rick?
Going down.
Whether the person who pulled the fire alarm is what?
He's checking our awarenesses.
Ulez and Benny, So you walk outside. There's a crowd of people that are, gathered around. Looks like all the people coming out of, the apartment building who are just standing there looking around. One of them's like, this happens all the time. A stupid alarm goes off. Sandy Capra, Sandy Carper does not seem to be around right now. And as people gather, both Ulez and Benny, you kind of peer into the crowd and you think you see in the throng that person with the green hoodie with their, head down and their hands tucked into their pockets.
Bold move wearing the same thing 3 months in a row if you're gonna be targeting people. I wanna I'll just whoever's next to me, I'm gonna slap the shoulder of. I don't know what Ulez is doing, but
I observe. I was watching mostly where Vion was pointing, and then I saw that. What is our prime directive in this instance?
I don't really know. Leave?
I think questioning is required. Did Benny ever tell Caden about the comment she made about needing, I'll write it up in my report?
Oh, probably. Yeah. She would have tried to exposit as much as she remembered.
Cool.
Somebody said that.
We should see if we can evince any kind of answers from her to see if she is part of the faction I told you of or otherwise a threat to you, especially since she caused that blip and also robbed Benny of her belongings.
I would like
and I'm going to start to peel off and then circle so that we can box her in. I can do my part toward boxing in and flanking movement.
Okay, make a coordination roll.
Yes, absolutely. I would like to spend a point of determination here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like in principle, one of my qualities should apply. I don't know which.
All right, let's see.
Because I'm calling on tactical skills in effect.
All work, no play. If you're calling on your tactical skills,
Yeah, that's solid.
You really do. That is part of your work.
Yep.
So calling on your tactical skills. You try to sneak off into the crowd, and you're gonna buff it with the +2, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
Coordination, yes.
Coordination, yeah.
Nice. That is 10.
Okay. You get into position behind her. The crowd is a little porous, so there's not much for you to hide behind, but you walk kind of in a big circle and steer clear. She does not seem to notice you. You are about 2 feet behind her or so.
Okay. I make eye contact with other members of my group to see if any of them are also going to join me in flank, or if I'm to take this solo. I'm basically making a tactical question with my eyes.
I think Benny's very much into the I will follow instructions, and so we'll try to if you had made any inclination that you were hoping to corner, then Benny will try to take from the other way.
Okay, Benny, make a coordination roll.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if I'm just holding her attention, that's fine too. If she sees
because if you get spotted and she rabbits right into me.
Yeah, could I take make some sort of I don't know what a presence would be so I can get her eyes on me so that she's focused on me.
We'll call that willpower.
Willpower, okay.
Create a distraction.
Okay, just kind of I want to just get in her line of sight and kind of make eye contact with her or something so that she's aware that I see her, and hopefully that helps. Okay, 8.
Okay. You walk into her line of sight, and as soon as she sees you and you see her, she kind of looks a little startled as she somehow missed you coming out of the building. And when your eyes lock with
posturing a little bit
she does her purple flashy thing.
Damn it.
Make a willpower roll.
It's okay. We're fine. Jeez, bad time here. 7.
7. You fall asleep And in your mind's eye, again, the purple color, and now you just see a barn, your family barn, and it's burning. The whole thing is on fire, and your moms are rushing, with buckets of water and, kind of like just sort of screaming, like orders around to farmhands trying to control the whole thing. And you are just sort of sitting on the porch now, kind of holding yourself in a tight ball, just watching and kind of shaking.
Singed.
And that's what's going on in your head. The three of you just see Benny kind of, shut down a little bit. But while that was all going on, this woman was definitely distracted.
Ha ha.
Really quick, when Benny fell asleep, did you like fall in any direction, or are you just like?
No, she stays up,
fun.
kind of tilting, tottering
Okay,
back
cool.
and forth a little. Yeah. So, what are you doing, Ules?
Oh, we are observing.
Yeah.
We will also inform Vion. We have spotted the individual who caused the blip in our processing unit. We, however, have not properly explained that our prime directive does not usually involve violence. The malfunction that I possess is much more violent than I know how to go for. I cannot truly process it. It is a
Could you-
blank spot in my data.
Okay, could you stay and could you watch over Benny real quick?
They are very We will. They are very stationary, though.
Okay, great. I'm gonna chase after. Do you
Easy
want to come
job.
chase after them, or?
We worry that we might break in the crowd.
Okay, yeah. So it's okay, great. So when Benny comes to, just see if Benny needs some water or something.
It's probably about as much talk as you can get into.
Yeah. And maybe I'm doing that while I'm kind of like stepping back, like
Yeah, you're like backing off. While that's
rearing up to run.
Caden, what are you doing?
I would like to use my power here.
Okay, what are you doing?
Because you can disrupt the vestibular system to cause dizziness and vertigo. I'm trying to do a fairly I don't want to beat someone with a baseball bat in a crowd full of people. That feels like a bad tactic.
Well, you've got surprise on your side,
Yeah.
so you get this move before
Yeah.
she gets a chance to even roll initiative. So whatever
Yeah.
this one is,
Yeah.
you can do it.
So effectively, I think it might be a stunt on mine because I'm not doing a damaging blast per se. I'm trying to do a stun,
All right,
which you
let's
can
roll-
actually do.
as
with-
an
yeah.
extra. Yeah. Okay. So that's a stunt. So right, the way a stunt work is you got to invoke a quality and spend a point of determination, and then one of the advantages that they can play is the stunt, which is essentially a use of their power, which is not for what it is exactly meant for. Yeah, go for it, and let me know how that goes.
Oh God! Why do you have to say it that way, Rick? Yes! 6. 6 on the die, 6 on the die, 6 on the die, plus 4 is 10.
All right, 6 on the die plus 4 is 10, and your blast. Okay, it is close attack. Okay, you blast her, and she kind of grabs her head and whirls around, kind of, and as she tries to whirl around, she sort of falls to the sidewalk, and then roll initiative.
Absolutely. Is that
Everybody
coordination?
roll initiative now. Yeah, coordination.
Love it. 8 from Caden.
It's gonna be a 6 for Vion.
7 for Benny. But I'm assuming I'm gonna be help for a second.
Mike, you're muted. You got a 1? Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, okay. So She goes first, and she uses a prowess. Okay. She uses a. It looks like B's having a little technical problem there. So don't worry, we'll work around that. Um, she's gonna kick at the person closest to her, who is Caden. So Caden, make a prowess, or it is prowess or coordination, depending on how you want to defend yourself. Whether you are, strength or coordination, depending on how you want to defend yourself. Strength, if you're just going to try and take it and stand your ground. Coordination, if you're trying to make some kind of dodge or something.
Okay.
What'd you get?
Can I use the baseball bat as part of my defense? Like if she's kicking, you use the bat to block against the leg and add my weapon by that. Because I'm specifically weapons trained, so I probably defend with weapons as well. Just to add to the parry.
How would that be? Let's call that coordination.
Yeah. That's 9.
Yeah, and she kicks at your legs, and because of whatever it is, what you did to her head, she's just a little too dizzy to hit right, and she just kind of misses right by you. It is, I think, your turn, right? You were the highest.
Did someone get higher than I did?
No,
I got an 8. I thought I heard a 9.
No, that's.
Oh, okay.
Did someone else get a 9?
Then I misheard, and yeah.
I got a 9, so.
Well, then I guess I wasn't wrong.
All right, yeah, so it's you.
All right, cool. So we're back to non-lethal takedowns for questioning.
Okay, yeah,
Our ancient foe.
Yeah, okay, so right, you want to do this is like, this is where it's like, maybe the time to do, if you want to do like some kind of maneuver or something. Now, first of all, you can just try and like bear hug her with a wrestling move if you think you're ready to restrain her, but you can also try and create advantages, by performing maneuvers. So, to the effect of, I'm trying to think of something that you might be able to do in this scenario.
Right, because we're in a crowd of people,
yeah.
And starting a fight seems like a bad idea.
Well, you might be able to scare her with your bat, like essentially do a maneuver where essentially you try and create the quality of frightened in her by like, brandishing the bat or something like that. But
right. Then here's what I would like to use the bat, to tank to make space.
Okay.
So, like basically not trying to prowess, but not trying to swing to hit to strike, but to start corralling, moving her back so that her back will be up against the wall if anyone else moves in. And also then if you don't actually hit someone, then the crowd is not going to on you.
That's great. That's great. So yeah, you would make this as, let's call this a coordination roll, coordination maneuver.
Cool.
I think that's the one that makes sense.
Sure.
And you can apply your weapons specialty because you're using your weapon. And roll and let me know what you get.
Yep. No, rolling the turn. Come on. No. 6.
6.
1 on the die.
Well, okay. What happens is you actually do what you want to do. You create the quality of open space or corralled. Let's call it corral. That's what you wanted to do, right? You said like corral her against a wall. So you have created the quality of corralled, but with no free activates because you only have a minor success. But that exists now. So anybody who wants to use corralled, that quality, you could just spend a point of determination and essentially activate corral to get an advantage. So if so if say for example right now somebody wants to try and bear hug her, to kind of restrain her, you can activate corral and play a point of determination to get like +2 on that bear hug.
Okay, cool.
Wow, it's like you read my mind.
Don't mind explaining the rules a little bit in these early games.
No,
Especially with the audience trying to figure it out.
It's good. It's good. We're all learning.
Think of it like advantage stacking. I know a lot of people know games like that where the idea is like to build advantages and then kind of like pay them off in like one swift move or something. that worked, and now it is Benny's turn, I think.
Sick. Do I actually get my turn? Am I still dazed?
Oh yeah. I'll say you get your turn. You are coming back, but I'm going to say you have the temporary quality of lethargic.
Oh boy. Whew, okay. All right. So how far away now is this individual from me?
Now that Caden has corralled them, let's say Caden has corralled them into a spot between the front of the apartment and like that front stoop, like the stairs coming down. You are about 2 feet away, like kind of next to the stairs.
Okay. Cool. I would like to be up in that space as well.
Okay, you
So-
movement's free. You head over.
Cool. Okay. So here's what I would like to attempt to do. You let me know if this is possible. I would like to attempt to wind her. Like if I can get her, like, is there a thing, like a function in which like we can prevent her from taking turns? Like if I could get her dazed or something?
Yes, there is. I think you
I
have to
always forget, like,
stun her with an attack.
yeah, that's what I would like. If I can get her, like, if you get like hit in the chest, you kind of like winded for a second. She needs to get her breath back or whatever. Like, I'm hoping I can do something like that. I would like her to stop putting me and my friends to sleep.
Okay. So you're attacking essentially. So that's a prowess
Yeah.
roll. How are you attacking? Are you kicking, or are you using your or are you trying to use your power somehow?
No. I'm just gonna use the kickboxing specialty. Probably just want to hit her in the chest. I'm not trying to like break ribs. I just want to wind her. So just like, I don't know, just like a cross punch, just trying to like shoo, stop. Stop it.
You're throwing a punch. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens. It's
right.
prowess. You want to roll against her? What is her? She's gonna. Okay.
Okay, so it's prowess, and then I'll get my kickboxing. So if I spend a determination here, can I use corral because she's cornered and get +2?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Okay. So take your. See how many you have. You have 2 right now, so you're down to 1.
Down to 1, yes. Okay, so it'll be prowess plus kickboxing plus the quality of
Yeah.
2. Cool. Fuck yeah. Okay. 12.
12. Okay.
Wow.
That is.
Yes.
Like, I'm not trying to, like, I don't want to break anything. I just want her to stop, knock it off.
What does
Alright.
it look like?
There's a
you
major
do that?
success. Affecting switch.
Then you just, like, got her in the chest, trying to get her to, like, to, like, kind of, like, you knock the wind out of someone.
All right.
And then
Yeah.
It's like a
cross.
visibly trained strike because you're
Mhm.
trained in
Oh, yeah.
kickboxing? Cool. I'm just trying to find out what
yes,
Caden's
yes.
seeing and clocking. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, this isn't just, like, scrappy. Like, this
Not
is
a brawler. You know what
No,
you're
no.
doing.
She knows how to hit, yeah.
Yeah, and you hit hard, and that is a major success. And attack achieves potential slam outcome and inflicts 0 or more damage to the target after resistance to test the full damage level against the target's strength. What's the target's strength? Is a 3. And
Just
okay, you
Dazer.
You knock her through a brick wall.
Mm-hmm. Outrageous.
I actually do believe you achieved a stun outcome.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, hello.
you,
Come back
you
to
have
me.
you have stunned her for 1 page with a moderate success. If I am reading this correctly.
Trying to fix my camera.
So
Stunned
yeah,
my camera as well.
she is stunned for 1 page, which is probably about the rest of this round or so, and a little so yeah, you crack her and she just kind of like falls against the well, she's kind of on the ground a little bit,
Mhm.
but like she sort of like falls further into the corner. It is Vion's turn, and she's stunned, so you pretty much have whatever you want here.
Oh, okay. I mean, she's stunned, so I mean, I imagine, and Benny's still there. Doc's still doing all right. I think I'm gonna run up and just sort of like kneel down next to this person, kind of also closing off like one of their exits a little bit. I mean, we're not still in like combat, right, Rick? Or like, is the fight done?
Well,
Or
she's stunned, so it's like you're welcome to just keep wailing on her if you want to, like keep taking away stamina or something like that. But for at least one page, she, she's kind of dazed. Yeah, so it's like you can
Like
try
a round. We have a round without her being able to
Yeah.
sleep
Okay.
by us.
you can try and end the fight, in any way you might try and end the fight.
I mean, my instinct is just saying to run up and to kneel and just be like, who, like, try to intimidate and be like, who are you working for?
Okay.
Why are you coming after my friends?
The movement is free. You run up to her, make a willpower roll.
Okay.
Can any of her current situation aid in this role? Because surrounded and just gone.
Not with a willpower roll. But
If it's intimidation, I don't know, that's my only thought. Is because
for the intimidation aspect.
Yeah. Like make the difficulty. I'm not sure. I'm just saying, like she's cornered.
Combined task. If the other if you want to roll intimidation to see if you can help him out, we can treat it as a combined task.
I got a
If Omar wants it, I will.
Yes, I'll take all the help ever in my life outside of the game as well.
Okay, the problem is it's not going to matter because Omar's roll did not work.
Perfect. Oh.
And
No.
it is now Ulez's turn.
Oh no.
Oh no. I have followed around Benny as instructed, but I'm not. They have moved. They have run. They have attacked. Talking is a free action, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Vion, may I ask for some directions?
Since my intimidation didn't work, and tell me if this is possible, Rick.
Yeah.
And if I have to burn a point of a determination to like retcon something, I can also just do that, I suppose. But I would like to just chuck one of the smoke marbles over.
Oh, at her?
I mean, at them because we've burned. It's not my turn. I'm passing it to Ulez.
Yeah. You're passing it to Ulez. Okay.
Yeah.
Ulez, if you wanna try throwing the marble over there, it's a coordination roll.
Absolutely. Oh gosh, this is one of my best. I'm not very coordinated. It's a 4. Can I use my point of determination to utilize the I think it was like the effect of corral? Is it still in effect?
Yeah, it's still in effect.
Yeah.
15 last.
Perfect.
All right. So, which quality are you using? I'm learning. Oh no, you're using corral. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, none of mine really apply.
So yeah, you're using what? +2 to the roll.
Correct.
Okay.
Coordination to see how well I throw. 8, 9, 10. 10.
Okay, yeah, it goes right there and explodes like right in her face, and you can hear her coughing from the other side.
People think this building might be on fire. This is great addition to this situation.
Yeah, the crowd is spread out quite a bit thanks to what Caden did before. And she's just coughing, and the 4 of you are standing there, and she kind of crawls out of the smoke and looks up at you, Vion, and make a willpower roll.
No.
Isn't she stunned isn't she not going to turn this time?
I think that was the end of the round.
That was the end of the round.
Oh, that was. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not.
You're
I guess we don't
right.
get the full round. We get from
The rest of the page.
the person who invoked to the end.
I will look at that.
Okay.
How that works, but
7.
7. Ooh. Okay. How do I do this? Okay. You fall asleep. Your eyes right there as the other 3 are watching, and just like with the others, there's some purple, and and then suddenly you're in a dream and you're at a party, and you're there with a friend, an old friend you recognize. His name is Hunter Prince. You knew him from your writing days. He worked at one of your publishers, and he is sort of leaning in close to you, as everyone else is walking around schmoozing, and he's sort of, Vion, this is not easy for me, but I need help, man. I need to borrow some money. I know you've got money from those books, and just I need a bridge loan. Do you think maybe you can help a buddy out?
I want to say that I'm like slightly disheveled and that like my clothes are kind of askew, and I just like laugh as if that's like the funniest and meanest thing I've ever heard. And I go, "You think you think I have money right now?" You-
I know how much those books sold, man. It's like if you don't want to help, you don't.
No, it's not a matter of helping. I I it's all gone, man. It's all gone. Everything I had, it's all gone. It's and I when I ask people for help, I get no. So I'm gonna have to just pass that exact same answer right to you right now.
And he just stares at you in disbelief, and then there's a flash of purple, and suddenly in the same clothes with the same disheveled look, you are behind the wheel of some really hot sports car, and you are zooming through a desert road, just in the desert, like just dirt roads, smoke, dust kicking up behind the car. You must be doing 200 miles an hour. And you're speeding around curves, you're banking hard, and then suddenly your car kind of skids a little bit off the road, and you hit and it plows into this sandbank. Only you didn't know it because you couldn't see it, but buried underneath that sandbank there was like this kind of wooden post that was in the ground, that the sand had sort of buried around, and your car smashes it at like 200 miles an hour, and you go flying through the windshield, just face first, and you hit the ground in front of you, and you are lying there on the desert floor, bleeding, wheezing, struggling for breath, feeling it slip away. And right there on that spot, you die. And then you wake up on the sidewalk, and that woman is sitting on the ground, and her eyes go wide, and she grabs her head and just screams this absolute blood-curdling scream. You're not even alive. You're not even alive. And she just falls and sits on the ground and just kind of sinks back, just utterly terrified of you.
Yeah, that's definitely correct. Now let's talk a little bit less about me and a little bit more about you.
Make a willpower roll.
Ooh, I got 5. Nope,
Okay.
sorry, 6.
Under the circumstances, I'm going to say that is enough, because she's just utterly terrified. From
I would help with that one too. Like, I mean, the whole crew would probably pitch in for that one if we needed it.
big enough for from a storytelling perspective. I'm not even going to make activator as a quality or anything, because she's just she's had a freaky day, and this is the freakiest thing that she has seen. And she's just okay.
Join the club, ma'am.
What okay. What do you want to know?
Where's my wallet?
Yeah, that's priority number 1. Priority
And my
number 2 is
phone.
why. That's priority number 2. And priority number 3 is why you chasing down everybody.
My name is Bella Marada. I gather intelligence for one of the most dangerous crime bosses in this city. Do you know who Mickey Bomberg is?
Oh yeah, I read the papers.
Yeah, well, I work for him. He controls all of Baronsdale. And I'll tell you, he's looking for the same guy you're looking for. And that's why he sent me, to try and find out what you know.
You could have just used your freaking words.
I find my methods a little more complete, and it cuts out things like getting lied to.
Your extraction of our information appeared to be incomplete. What did you even learn about us?
Everything. I know absolutely everything that ever happened to any of you. But don't worry, it's okay. I haven't told Mickey yet. I haven't told him a thing. We can still make a deal.
Okay, but first I would like my phone and my wallet back.
Yeah, priority number one. Priority
Well,
number two.
please. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she digs around in her pockets and she hands you back your wallet and your phone.
I go through the wallet. Is all my shit still in there?
No, whatever cash you had is gone.
There wasn't much in there. Like, is my ID and like my Metro card?
The rest is fine.
Okay, fine.
And she looks up at you and she says, "We can make a deal. I am a very reasonable person, and I think people like you could be very useful to me."
I think you understand why I am unreasonable.
Oh yeah, I understand you very well. But that's not important. You know what is important? What's important? I can tell you exactly who you're looking for and exactly where to find him. I just need your help with something first. And we cut to black.
Yes! I knew it was coming. That was so good.
Oh my God, that was a great one. Wow, that was so great. I sometimes forget to talk. Y'all are you're so great with the content. That was amazing, and thank you so much, everybody. Why don't we real quick, starting with Caitlin, let's go around the table and tell the good people where they can find you.
Hey, I'm Caitlin. You can find me on Twitter at KKAMABR. All my things are going to be there. I just wrapped up GMing a Tales from a Loop game, 4 episodes. Very, very fun over on the channel I work with, Rule of Lore. And we're having our after show this coming Wednesday. It's going to be very fun. You should tune in. And then the following week, we are coming back for season 2 of Infinite Horizon, which is our spacefaring cipher game, and a season 1 recap also just went out. So if you want to jump in on the season 2 train, you can catch yourself up in 15 minutes or less. So anything else I'm up to, follow me on Twitter. It'll all be there because I don't know anything else off the top of my head.
Omar Najam.
I'm Omar Najam. You can find me at Omar Najam on Twitter. Also, happy birthday, Caitlin, again.
Thank you. I forgot it was my birthday. Until you said that, I was like, wait, what? I was like, oh yeah, correct. Yes, it is. Thank you.
And a belated one to Sam. The big thing right now that's going on is 13 Days, 13 Shorts is a fun little festival I run online. That's just a free Halloween art festival. People make art and stuff inspired by themes that each of the days get, and it kicks off tomorrow. So head to 13days13shorts.com and check it out if you want to see some cool Halloween art that people that you might recognize are making. And that's about it.
B Zelda.
What's up? What's up? My name is B. You can catch me on Twitter as @B_Zelda. I'm a podcaster. You can catch me on the Broadswords, All Women Non-Binary D&D podcast. We just released an episode to our Patreon, and it's a game that a friend of mine and I designed. So if you don't already love the Broadswords, you probably should, and just, consider becoming a patron, even at $1 tier, to listen to this quality podcast that has become a thing out of a game that I wrote.
And Sam Lev.
Sam Delev, you can find me on Twitter at Tchaikovsky, ChaiKovsky. I am a role-playing performer and variety streamer throughout the Twitchernet, so rather than go through all of the things that I have, please check out the About page of my Twitch, twitch.tv/Delevely, DELEVELY, which has my full schedule of when I pop my face out of the internet void.
I'm Rick Budd. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at rbud913, or you can follow the show at PowerPlay RPG on both. Like I said, hit me up with questions about rules or or continuity or whatever, whatnot or wherefore. Yeah, I will be back here next week with all of these people except our friend B Zelda, who will not be able to make it next week, which opens a seat for the very first guest star on Power Play, as next week we will be welcoming the inimitable Gina DeVivo.
Now
I-
I'm upset I
I
can't be
didn't
here.
know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Gino's coming on.
We didn't know that.
It's amazing.
Just say that, Rick.
Cannot be imitated. Nobody can imitate Gina. She is
We just got a birthday present, Caitlin.
We did. Ah, so soon. Amazing.
And yeah, so yeah, we will see you for that. And now that the credits are over, the theater goes black again, and we come up, and it is night, and we're on a bus driving through Port Ruby. There are big buildings, neon signs, taxi cabs everywhere. It looks like we're in Avalon, and there are just a few people left on the bus. When it pulls to a stop at a large intersection, it pulls off to a bus stop. And everyone gets off except one passenger, a young woman. And then the bus pulls away from the stop and heads back into traffic. And the young woman stands up and can only see her from behind. But she seems to walk towards the front of the bus nervously. She's kind of shaking, her shoulders are kind of riding high. And she walks towards the front of the bus, and she sits down again in the seat right behind the bus driver. And the bus slows as it comes to a red light. And the moment it fully stops, the woman starts to hiss. And the bus driver turns around just in time to see her leap right at him as she bites his neck and starts sucking blood from the wound. And it runs down her chin as we cut to black. Thanks for playing with us. See you next week.